I am sorry. I did not want to say anything until I was sure. I was on a secret mission by orders of Emperor Cain to monitor Fei. He ordered me to determine whether Fei would be a threat to the world or not. The contact, that is what the Emperor calls Fei. This is your conclusion. Yes, Your Majesty. This is the answer I chose myself. Anon Nebel. You think you can do it? Yes. Humans have the potential. Managers are no longer needed. The contact is not our enemy. Yes, as you say, Your Majesty, if Fei is... then I leave it up to you. I atone for my crime by doing so. Anonabel. Ananabi. Ananalbi. The long-awaited man of God who will take the people born of this world with him to a new horizon. Such is the destiny of the contact. That is what the Emperor called Fei. He did not tell me why he called Fei that, though. Who the heck is he, then? He is Fei, but he is also the one who destroyed Elru, caused Kar serious injury, sank Yggdrasil, killed Rico's subordinates in Kislev. Need I continue further? He is id. What did you say? Id? What do you mean? He, Fei that is, has dissociative identity disorder, also known more commonly as multiple personalities. Dissociative identity disorder, or multiple personalities. It is a mental disorder where one person has multiple personalities. That can't be real. Oh, but it is very real. Fei is living proof of it. I've been watching over Fei, who has a destroyer personality within him named Id. In the beginning, he was stable. His disassociation did not occur at all while he lived in Lahan for those 3 years. But then, after Lahan was attacked, things changed. Little by little, the number of incidences of his dissociation and their length began to increase. And then at Solaris, a complete manifestation of Id occurred. What brought it about? He was fine when he was in Lahan, right? My guess is that the appearance of Graf affected Fei somehow. You probably already know that Fei worked with Graf as the assassin Id before he was brought to live in Lahan. It was then that Elru, the homeland of Dominia, was utterly obliterated. Graf was intentionally provoking the manifestation of Id within, for want of a better word, Fei. For what purpose? To destroy God, that is what Graf says. That is all I know, although there might be more to it, but one thing is certain. Graf was encouraging the manifestation of Id, but did not have adequate control over him. In other words, it was too much for him to handle? Yes. You said, that's all you know, but there might be more to it. What did you mean by that? I shall go to explain that now. Actually, that is the most important point. There's nothing you can do. You understand? You understand well. Just as I expected, Citan. Or was it Doc? I have been wanting to meet you, Id. I've wanted to talk with you. I guess it is all due to this machine which cuts the nerve connections. Anyway, what is Fei doing as of now? Fei? Which Fei do you mean? There is more than one. Id? The one you call Fei is asleep. Sleeping? When I am awake, he sleeps. That is why he has no memory of what I do. Why does he not know? It is obvious. He is my subordinate. He cannot peer into my memories. He should not, in actuality, even exist. That man forcibly created his personality. Fei is a tenant in the room of cowardice. That man? Our father, Khan. He sealed up my personality in the deepest recesses of my consciousness. Through some inexplicable reason, that is when Fei was born. You said cowardice, what did you mean? Why ask about him? You think you can do something? It is rare to be able to talk to a real schizophrenic. As a scholar, I'm extremely intrigued. With friends like you, eh, Doctor? I like you, Citan, but he's insignificant. After all, he's just a failure. A coward like him does not deserve to be Fei's existence. A pathetic one who always fled from reality. He never did one thing against me when I control him. A coward who refused to live. He should have been erased, but he continues to exist. Why won't he disappear? Damn it. Makes my skin crawl just being in the same body as him. Let us change the subject then. I would like to know how and why your personalities were split. Since you are the one in control, I assume you would know the story. Normally, personalities do not split as they did with you, unless there was some sort of past trauma. You want me to talk about my memories? Don't misunderstand. I haven't given you the right to question me. Just because I'm held down by this machine, don't push your luck. If I really wanted to, I could break the restraints and crush you. Don't you forget it. Then why not do it? Shall I tell you why? You do not have complete control over Fei, do you? Your control of him is incomplete. To break those bonds would require a tremendous amount of mental energy. Having used up your energy, Fei would return again. Basically, you would have to leave the stage. Obliviously, the day you would be able to return is indeterminate, or obviously. Hence, you won't do it. Am I mistaken? So you know me too well, I don't have complete... What is wrong, Id? You forced me on the stage. He's waking. Under normal circumstances, I would have been able to hold on. But I can't. This is all that woman's fault. Her existence makes Fei resistant. You mean Ellie? That woman, the same. Everyone must eliminate. I do not understand. I do not understand, Id. You don't need to understand. When the time comes, just take it easy. But when the time comes, just take it as it comes. Reality and death. I'll eventually get you. Be seeing you, Doctor. The emotional portion of Fei's present personality was sealed up by his father through some method. And now, with the cleared foundation of Id's personality in computer terms, it is like constructing a mock personality on top of the compatible portion of the OS. That is the reason why Fei has no memory of his past. Those 10 years or so of memories are under the supervision of Id. As long as Id does not willingly hand over the memories, there is no way for Fei to know, since he did not even exist before the time Id was sealed. Okay, so 10 years of memory. Because I've always been wondering how young Fei was when the personality split. And Fei is 17 currently. He was in Lahan for 3 years. He was there when he was 13. Or when he was there when he was 14. Which means Id existed from age 4 to 14. Jeez. The present Fei's personality is an underdeveloped one, which was built upon within the 3 years of living in Lahan, studying and acquiring other people's reactions. Hence, he does not know how to fully cope with sudden or emotional situations. Ellie, you're the one who spent the most time with Fei, so I would assume you understand this. Were there not times when he would be psychologically unstable? For example, he would be manically depressive and then have sudden fits of rage. Yes. Then his present personality is only a temporary one? That's not what I'm saying. The present Fei is one single personality. It's just that the structure-wise, his personality was constructed on top of id's, hence placing id at the lower hierarchy. That is why when id is active, Fei has no recollection of it. Well, that means he might eventually be overtaken by id? Yes, if it were only id and Fei, that does not seem to be the case. Id only manifests when Fei's mental energy is in a weakened state. It is a mystery in itself that the lower personality of Fei has any control over the upper personality of id. It is obvious there exists a third personality. Id calls this existence the coward. In my observations, this coward may be the fundamental personality of Fei. In other words, id's manifestation is not controlled by Fei, but is controlled by the personality known as the coward. Then that means what? At the same time id resents this coward, he also obviously fears it. From a certain point of view, this coward is the one assisting in keeping the present Fei in control. I do not know the reason why this third personality, Fei's fundamental personality does not come out. If this one awakens, it will become one with id. In other words, there is a possibility that the complete original personality may be restored. Is that for sure? Probably, but I don't know how to awaken it. Before I had the opportunity, it disappeared and he's been like that ever since. Basically, as long as nothing happens to Fei that would challenge his existence, Fei can be himself. But his surroundings do not allow him that opportunity. It would be best for him to live in a place that is peaceful.